Okay, now what about for geometric distribution? So in this distribution class, meron tayong clue. We're looking for the first success at kailan yun mangyayari. Okay, so the geometric probability function is seen here. Galing siya actually din sa binomial distribution or Bernoulli experiment or trials. However, we are more interested to when will be the first success occur. Okay, so the probability that x is equal to n, ang n na ito is the number of trials, and q is raised to n minus 1, ibig sabihin, failure kasi sa q. So raised to n minus 1, that's the number of times that there is failure, and p is just simply raised to 1, ibig sabihin, isang beses lang mangyayari yung success based on this n number of trials. So p again is success and q is failure. So let's say a pair of dice is rolled until a sum of 5 appears. So in this case, we're looking for when will be the probability that the sum of 5 will occur on the third trial class. But before that, alamin muna natin ano-ano ba yung mga pairing that will give us a total of 5. So meron tayong 4 na success outcomes. Success in the sense na 5 yung total. So we have 1, 4, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 3, 2. Out of 36 total outcomes. At paano na naman nakuha ang 36? So we have 6 times 6. A pair of dice kasi yan, class. So dalawa yung dice, sabay mo silang ni-roll. So the number of outcomes is 6 times 6. Probability of success P is 4 of 36 kasi 4 lang yung magpagbibigay sa atin ng total of 5 or a sum of 5. So that is 1 over 9. So ang Q natin ay 1 minus P, which is 8 over 9. So mas mataas ang tsansa na failure, no? So given that N is equal to 3, saan ang galing ng 3 na to? We're looking for the third trial. So tatlo ang trials na nangyari. Probability that on the third trial, a sum of 5 will exist. Mauuna ang failure, or anyway, multiplication is commutative class. So kahit anong unahin mo dito sa dalawa. Huwag lang magkamali sa paglagay ng values. Ang 8 over 9 ay naka-raise sa 2. Ibig sabihin, there are 2 failures to happen o hindi magpapakita yung sum of 5. I-multiply natin sa 1 over 9, and again, that's simply raised to 1, which means isang beses lang mangyayari yung pagpapakita ng sum of 5. Yun na yung first success. So, 2 plus 1 is 3. So, huwag kalimutan, that must be a total of 3. And the probability is 8.78%. Now, we can say that a sum of 5 will occur on the third trial. The probability is 8.78%. Second example, you choose a card at random from a deck or standard deck of cards. You're placing each card drawn until you get a diamond. So, diamond yung target mo dito. What is the probability that you will get a diamond in 3 trials? So since there are 4 types of cards, no, we have the diamond, the club, the heart, okay, and the other, there are actually 4. So ibig sabihin, probability of success is 1 of 4. May club din, no? 1 of 4 kasi 4 sila na klase. So probability of failure Q is 3 over 4. So nakuha ang 3 over 4 from 1 minus 1/4. Ang 3 over 4 is a probability na hindi diamond yun. So given that n is equal to 3, so we have probability that on the third trial ay magpapakita ang diamond is equal to 3 over 4 raised to 2, which means hindi diamond ang magpapakita. So twice na mangyayari yun. And that will be multiplied to 1/4. Ibig sabihin, ito na yung chance na diamond ang magpapakita. And so the probability is 14.06% that the diamond will be selected on the third trials or in 3 trials. Now, what about if we talk about this hypergeometric distribution? So, wag kayong malito, kanina geometric, Halos katulad siya ng binomial distribution, nga lang, ang target mo dun ay first success. Dito sa hypergeometric, ibang-iba naman ang kwento niya. Sabi niya, to find the probability that X successes ay ma-observe natin from a sample of N objects. Sample, okay? Kumuha tayo ng sample which is N objects mula sa population of capital letter N. So don't forget that. Capital letter N is for the population, small letter n for the sample. Of which our K successes use the formula therefore. Ibig sabihin nito, mula doon sa population of N, kukuha tayo, magse-select tayo, and yun na yung small letter n, yun ang samples. Pero syempre, meron tayong hinahanap ng characteristics. So, doon sa population, meron tayong total number of K successes. Ito yung hinahanap natin ng characteristics. So, kung bumunot tayo o kumuha tayo ng N objects mula sa population, ilang dun ang makukuha natin na successes? Yun na yung sinasabi ng X dito. And don't be confused, class, kasi these notations ay combination rule din yan. So, tulad nito, K taken X din yan. So, that is a combination of K taken X. So, wala namang mysterious dito, no? So, dito naman, N minus K, combination of N minus K taken N minus X. And the last is a combination of the population at yung ilan ang kukunin mo, N. So, these are combinations. Start from here. Ang jar ay meron daw 20 candies. 8 dito ay lollipops, 5 ay chocolates, and 7 are fruit-flavored candies. Kukuha ka ng 6. So, tandaan mo, 6 candies are to be chosen at random from the jar. What is the probability that 4, 4 daw mula sa 6 na ito ay lollipops? Ilan ba lahat ang lollipop? 8. So, ibig sabihin nito, class, kapag i-add mo, ang total lahat ng candies 20. Yan si capital letter N. Dahil ang intention natin ay lollipop ang makuha natin, itong 8 na ito will be K. Yan yung nabilang ng success. Ang 4 na candies na dapat ay lollipop, yun na yung X. At ang kukunin mo na 6 na candies, yun yung sample mo. So, you must be extra careful in identifying the given. Now, substitute all of this. Mula sa 8, 4 ang makukuha mo, sabi dito. Mula sa 8 na lollipop, 4 dun makukuha mo. Kung 4 ang nakuha mo na lollipop, 2 dun ay hindi lollipop. So, yun napunta dito. Okay, mula sa 8 na lollipop, 12 dun ay hindi lollipop. Yun na yung 12 dito. So that 8 plus 12 is 20 candies. Sa 20 na candies, 6 ang kinuha mo. Yun na yung samples mo. So doing all of this using your calculator, bibigyan niya tayo ng 0.1192. Sa calculator niyo, class, huwag kalimutan ng multiplication symbol for the combination para hindi mag-error. Okay? So the probability is 11.92%. Yan ang tsansa na 4 mula sa 6 na sinelect mong candies ay lollipop. That's 11.92%. Second example, 10 tomatoes are randomly chosen from a sack of 100 tomatoes. So, 10 ang kukunin mong tomatoes mula sa isang sako na 100 ang laman. 15% daw dun sa 100 ay sira. Ano ang tsansa na dun sa 10 na kinuha mong tomatoes, lahat ay fresh? Okay, if you're going to understand this, itong 15% would mean yung sira na. So what is 15% of 100? It gives you 15. Merong 100 tomatoes, that is a population. 10 kukunin mo, n is equal to 10. Bakit ito naging x is equal to 0? Dahil ang gusto nating mangyari, class, lahat ay fresh. Okay? Lahat ay fresh, ibig sabihin, walang sira. So, x is equal to 0. Ang k naman dito, yun yung bilang ng sira, 15 lahat. So, in the substitution class, you notice that here, x is equal to 0, which means walang sira. Okay? So, mula sa 15 na sira, wala dun ang makukuha. Wala kang makukuhang sira. Yun ang ibig sabihin nito. Sa 15 na nasira, 0 ang makukuha mo. So, 85 ang hindi sira or fresh. Yun, 10 ang makukuha mo dun. Okay? Again, 15 ang sira, wala kang makukuha na rotten or sira. So, sa 85 na fresh, 10 dun ay fresh. Kasi yun ang tinatanong. All 10 tomatoes are fresh. So, mula sa 100 tomatoes, kumuha ka ng 10. So, yun yung nasa denominator. Now, doing this, plugging all of this in the calculator, it will give you 18.08%. So, that is the probability that all 10 tomatoes are fresh.